Today I'm going to look at a comic book title from 1980 called The Superheroes Monthly. And it was unusual to me for a number of reasons. Number one, it's a UK compilation comic of DC stories. 1980, we'd had almost 10 years worth of Marvel UK, with Marvel doing that, where you would have a weekly comic come out with the comic strips, reprints, um, cut up into like 4 or 5 pages, and then it would just stop, and you'd have to wait for the next week for that to start. Um, and they were always in black and white, so it was unusual for DC to dip their toe into it. Growing up, in the 70s, if it was a Marvel comic, I was exposed to that through Marvel UK, so I got used to all my Marvel stories and characters in my mind were always in black and white, but the DC ones were always in colour, because DC, I was getting the proper American imports off the old spinner rack at the newsagents, you see. Um, so it's unusual to have a compilation weekly comic of DC tales in black and white. And also, I'm thinking that title was the first time I'd ever been exposed to photorealistic superhero artwork. All right. So let me plop something down so you've got something to see. All right. So yeah, I had them, and I remember reading them. But mostly the biggest appeal to me was the brand new original artwork on the covers rather than the titles that were inside. So I don't know what happened to them. I'm sure I had got rid of them long before eBay came around. So I don't think I sold them on eBay, and I think it's before my local town actually had a comic book shop. So I don't think I traded them. I think I must have just binned them. So I saw an image of one of the covers pop up on, I think, the Justice Society of America Facebook page, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember these. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a flick through and see what comes back to me. So I bought a job lot off of eBay, and they've just come, and this is what we've got here. And this obviously is not a DC compilation comic. It was a job lot. It was some of them plus two more. So I thought I'd have a look through these two, which are not the reason for the video today. Rambling a bit, but here we go. So yeah, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we had for, I don't know, they started what, 74, 73, 72. So we'd had about 8 years worth of these. There was different titles, always the same format. Um, you know, two or three stories chopped up inside. And this is from March 1975. All right. So, and this is the superheroes. The first one was Mighty World of Marvel, of course. This is, a few years later, and they seem to be releasing a new comic out like every couple of months. So here we go. We got Silver Surfer. We've got the X-Men as well. This was 8p, 36 action-packed pages. So let's go on and have a look. And yeah, I mean, here we go. This is a very good case in point that the Silver Surfer, to me, if I see comics from the 60s and 70s of the Silver Surfer in bright garish colours, it doesn't seem right to me. This is how I see the Silver Surfer. You know, I've said before about the Star Wars Weekly. The beautiful artwork of Carmine Infantino. In black and white, you can really appreciate the line work and the inking. Whereas if I look at a color reprint, it all seems very garish. And also the same with Dracula Lives, another UK title. You see the brilliant Gene Colan artwork in black and white, and then you see it in colour, and it's really quite startling. But this, I mean, yeah, I remember always remember the old blobs effect. There we go. So you got quite a few. I think maybe this one is only just the two stories then, because um, I remember you would have like three titles per issue, only having like, four or so pages. But this one, you've got, was that a whole? Yeah, that's a whole issue of the Silver Surfer. Okay, I don't remember that. So look, we go back earlier and we got Jack Kirby in black and white. What else were they advertising? Dracula Lives, stamp competition. Because back then, yeah, everybody wanted to collect stamps, didn't they? No thanks, I'd rather have Castle Master. 4.95. Dad will like it too. Hmm. All right, so Havoc at the White House. Well, that's appropriate for what's happening right now. Here we go. And I think maybe, have we got, I think we've got a whole issue of the X-Men here. Yeah, yeah, this is a wrap up, all right. Yep, the end. I don't remember it. I don't remember the UK titles only having two strips. All right. And then the next one, I don't remember this at all. This is, um, that looks like Gary Frank. This is Gary Frank. This is quite a late title. Oh, it's in bad condition. Written by Peter David, penciled by Trevor Charest. Marvel superheroes. So what year is this? 1993. So yeah. So nigh on 20 years later, they're still doing it. They've moved to colour. Oh, this is bad water damage. I'm not keeping this. Oh no, no. I'll be jettisoning this. Yeah, I weren't into any of these strips in the early 90s anyway. Oh, this is horrible condition. Right. Oh, there's the short-lived Marvel UK original titles. All right, so let's get into it. The actual reason you're here. Um, so this is the job lot that I got. Let me get rid of that old title. So volume one, number one, Superheroes Monthly. Is it Alan Craddock? I think Alan Craddock springs to mind as the artist for the covers. Does it say? Yeah, Alan Craddock, cover design Alan Craddock. Yeah. So we have three strips in here. We have Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. Artwork on Superman, Kurt Swan. Artwork on Wonder Woman, Don Heck. Artwork on Batman, Neil Adams. Oh, great. So um, always up for a bit of Neil Adams. Kurt Swan is my definitive Superman artist from reading the comics back in the 60s, but it looks really odd in black and white. Really odd. Oh, he's died and gone to heaven. So I had these. I don't remember the stories in these. Um, that's a whole tale. Look at that. That's a whole Superman tale. Wonder Woman. I never bought Woman when I was little because, hey, it's a girl. Um, so it looks like we've got a whole Wonder Woman tale. Yeah, there we are. The Secret of the Waiting Graves. I've got this. I've got this story, the actual American comic in colour. But if I can hit him solidly and fast, always remember that panel. But Neil Adams is so terrific. I'll take him in black and white or colour. If I got him, I'm happy. Yeah. So I don't remember. Oh, this is the one where they die at the end and turn into skeletons and fall into the grave, isn't it? Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? No, I am right. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah. All right. I've got quite a few here. That dates the story. 1969. Oh yeah, the pocketbooks. I'd forgotten about the pocketbooks as well. I don't think I'm going to go through them all one by one. I mean, we're 10 minutes in. Have a quick flick through. But what was great about these titles, as I say, this is UK generated new artwork for the covers. And as I say, and you'll see shortly, I think, photorealistic style, which we really weren't used to. And yeah, big bonus is the cover is on the back, minus the logo. It's good. Oh, Alan gets a credit, you know, on there. So here we are. This is number 3. Nice version of the Joker. What we've got in here. Oh, not exactly Gal Gadot or old Ben. So here we got Superman, Green Lantern, and the Joker. Page 26. Superman as seen by some of his most famous artists. Let's have a look at that. Neil Adams on Batman again. So Kurt Swan. Got a letters page by then. Green Lantern. Very early Jill Kane, of course. Oh, there we go. That's nice. I don't remember this. All the different versions of Superman that were around at that time. Yep. Classic Joker tale. All right. Let's move on. What we got next? Number 4. Don't remember that cover. And that doesn't look like Alan Craddock. No, it's not. David Jackson. Obviously not the guy that played Gan in Blake 7. So we got Batman with Neil Adams, Superman with Kurt Swan, Legion of Superheroes now with Juan Ortez. I think that's all we've got, just the 3 stories. I don't know why Batman's been bumped up to the front. Classic story. Oh, a couple of years ago, I went back up to London and I did a video on my wandering around London, you know, when I was in my college years, and I would skive off college and go up to London and wander around the West End and visit. Dark They Were and Golden Eyed, the comic shop that was around before Forbidden Planet. Yeah. 9 to 12 St Anne's Court, off Wardour Street. That was a great shop. That was a great shop. So obviously it was still going. I mean, this is 1980, and I think Forbidden Planet opened in like 78, so they were still going then. Good old Kurt again. Let's go off to. I'm looking forward to rereading these. I mean, I have no desire to seek out 60s Superman stories. This will do. Oh, nice map of the Legion superheroes headquarters. I was never a fan of the Legion of Superheroes. Always seemed a bit silly. All right. Never say yes to a cigarette. Yeah, nicotine. Blimey. All right. Then we've got volume 5. Is this David Jackson again? Because it sure ain't Alan Craddock. No, that is Alan Craddock. I take it back. I take it back. That does not look like the same artist that was doing Superman there. Right. Oh, we have news on Superman 2, the movie. Superman, Green Lantern, Batman. Again, Neil Adams. Page 20 to 21. Stunning stills from the yet to be released Superman 2 movie. Here we go. Turn the page for our first stunning shots of Superman, Christopher Reeve and General Zod, Terrence Stamp. Movie to be released in April. There we go. Backed up by a Green Lantern. Or glorious Neil Adams. All right. I'm not going to hazard a guess as to who's doing Green Arrow here. Brian Talbot? I would never have said that was Brian Talbot. Although having said that, now looking at the eyes and the nose, yeah, Brian Talbot did it. So Green Arrow, Batman and Superman. Okay. No special features this time. Man-Bat story again. Superman t-shirts for only £3. Is that Sean Connery in Zardoz? Sure looks like it. Right, let's skip to the end. Oh look, Lois Lane, Margot Kidder with a painting from Superheroes #5. Wow, I'll show you that a bit closer. Is this the last one? Yeah, that's Alan Craddock. That's got to be Alan Craddock. See, photorealistic. That is clearly Christopher Reeve. Not so accurate a Terence Stamp, but, and that's certainly not Sarah Douglas. Um, yeah, Alan Craddock. And so in here we've got Superman, Batman, and a 6-page movie special. All right, let's end on a 6-page movie special. It's funny, it's Superman 2, but this is, what year would have this been? This is before Kurt Swan, this Superman, isn't it? This has got to be like 40s, 50s. This looks 40s to me. I think this is wartime. I think this is a wartime tale. It's funny. You go back to that at the same time you're promoting a new Superman film for the new decade. Yeah, this is definitely wartime. Oh, and it looks like we've got a world's finest. Again, that's not a title I used to buy, but I've thought about redoing. This is like, this has got to be 50s or 60s then. Oh yeah, this is the very first time, wouldn't you know it, Clark Kent is sharing a cabin with Bruce Wayne and there's an emergency, the lights go out, they both get changed and the lights come on. It's like, why, it's you. Can't see that ever happening in any sort of movie version of their first meeting. All right. We must be near, yeah, here we go. Movie special, 6 pages. Opening in London, April 9th, nationwide, April 16th. So London got it for a week before everybody else. Such a good film. Such a good film. All my something superhero friends from Lois Lane, Margot Kidder. That's nice. And then we got another Superman tale. I guess you got to be Superman heavy on a Superman 2 special. More t-shirts. Choose from these exciting full colour designs. £3. God, what would they be worth now? Especially that one. That's it. That's it. I got these quite cheap as a bundle. I think it was like £10 for all those plus the 2 others. So not bad. I don't mind paying that. Excuse me. And I'm looking forward to going back, but I still think I'm going to have far more uh, uh, interest in studying the colour art than what's inside, with the exception, of course, of the mighty Neil Adams.